Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to my Maktab by the Lenasia Muslim Association with MLX Plus. Today we will be doing Fiqhul Islam for grade 4 using the Kitab Fiqhul Islam Diniyat Book 2. In this episode we will be learning about cleanliness. Cleanliness, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, At-tuhuru shatrul iman. Cleanliness is half of iman. So, in order to be clean, we have to make sure that we are clean so that we can perform certain ibadah. What is ibadah? Ibadah are different forms of worshipping Allah. So, examples of worshipping Allah would be reading Salah, reading Quran, all of those things which gain closeness to Allah Ta'ala. So, we're talking about cleanliness. There are two ways to become clean. The first one would be wudu. So, wudu are washing certain parts of the body to cleanse ourselves from a lesser impurity. Now, what is a lesser impurity? A lesser impurity would be when we go to the bathroom to relieve ourselves. So, passing urine or stool, or when passing wind. Then we have the second one, which would be ghusl. Ghusl is to wash our entire body, to make sure that no part of our body remains dry. So this is what we will be focusing on today. Today we will be focusing on ghusl. Now, what is ghusl? Ghusl is a special method of washing our entire body from head to toe, shown to us by Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Now, the most important part of ghusl is to make sure that from our head right to our toes, every part of our body gets wet. So we're talking about our head, our hair has to get wet, our skull has to get wet, every part has to get wet, our ears, every part, our neck. And then we have to make sure that when we are making ghusl, we use our hand to wash our body, because on our body we have very tiny hairs. And these tiny hairs make it that the water does not touch our skin. So when we are making ghusl, we have to use our hand. We have to make sure that we wash our body. We have to take our hand, wash it against our body so that the water goes onto our skin. Now remember, it's very important, because if any part of your body remains dry, skin or hair, then your ghusl is not complete. Now, why is ghusl so important? Because if you do not make a proper ghusl, then you cannot read Salah, you cannot read Quran, you cannot touch the Quran, you cannot enter the masjid, and you cannot make the tawaf of the Kaaba. So every form of worship needs us to be in a state of cleanliness, and the cleanliness we are talking about today is ghusl. Now, the first thing that we will have to do when making ghusl, and that is very important, is to actually make an intention. Now, in Arabic, the word intention is known as niyyah. So, our niyyah for making ghusl is, oh Allah, I intend making ghusl to become pure and clean. So, the word we're going to be using for pure and clean is the word tahir. So, oh Allah, I intend making ghusl to become tahir. So, to recap, what we learned today is cleanliness is half of iman. Why is it half of iman? Because all of our ibadah or forms of worship, acts of worship, require us to be clean. So there are two ways we can become clean. The first is to make wudu. So we become clean from the lesser impurity. Now what is lesser impurities? Urine, stool, or to pass wind. The second way to become clean is by making ghusl, to wash our entire body, making sure that no part of our body remains dry. So why is it important to make ghusl when we are in a state of the greater impurity? Is to read salah, to read or touch the Quran, to enter the masjid, and to make tawaf. Now, the most important thing to remember is we have to make our intention. Our intention is niyyah. Our niyyah is we intend making ghusl to become clean and pure or to become tahir. But please make sure when you are making your intention, you make it outside of the bathroom or outside of the shower so that we're not using the name of Allah Ta'ala inside the bathroom. As reference, I am using the Kitab Fiqhul Islam Book 2, which is available from the Lenasia Muslim Association. So that's our lesson for today about ghusl. Inshallah, we will continue talking about ghusl in our next lesson. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.